And greetings, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello. I'm trying out my new beginning. The music is the same because I love the music. The music is Vincentius Primus, and I love the music. So we still have the same music, but we have a different beginning, and I hope to have a different end in time for a special event on Twitch, which happens Saturday morning, Eastern Daylight Time, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. And that is a part of the Skeletones event on Twitch. And so let's come here, Mr. Villager. Yes, it was. It was absolutely a new introduction, and that is the reason why. And welcome. Hi, it's nice to see you. Mr. Villager, I want to show you. And let me change my view. So for all of you who were watching in the last little bit of time, we actually took time. If you watched it on the Twitch stream too, and the Twitch stream is still there, we looked at the fact that Mr. Villager had given us a plan. That's not a person. That's actually skin in the game. That's actually a visitor. They're headed for the tavern. Good. Good, because they're using the road and not using the water. But Mr. Villager had given us the plans for the bath to have dressing rooms. So since the athletic center is across the way as well, dressing rooms for the bath would be really a good idea. And so this is the new establishment here, stripping. Don't tell me you guys are oh, I see it. You don't have any, that part isn't finished. So let me talk about it for just a second. So we worked on it. We worked on the baths. This is Lady Shatana's cavern style mystic site that we are using as a second mystic site. So we have two mystic sites here. You only need one. As you probably know if you watch me on a regular basis, this is how I do it. So I have multiples of things. It allows for there to be more people happily engaged in something other than fighting, and which is all good. And that is what we want. How am I? Have you seen the error that we had yesterday at night? The error? What error? YouTube broke for 2 hours. Oh, I was asleep. I slept through it. Yeah. Oh, how interesting. What happened? Ooh, I'm in the water. Oh, it feels good. What happened? So it broke all over the world. Fascinating. Fascinating. So let me come here, and we're going to look at, I'm really showing Mr. Villager the changes that we made to this area. So this is where Mr. Villager had thought we were going to put the dressing rooms in between the two baths to separate them. But we're not interested in separating the baths in that way. We just wanted to separate the dressing rooms. And so this is what we did. So remember that he sent me, and I'm hoping that I can get him to put that, that picture, the pictures that he sent me for a plan for the dressing rooms, if he would put that on my Discord so that everyone can see what I started with, and then we can do this. And Mr. Villager is saying, I heard they had an update in the HUD, but then it made all the videos unwatchable. Ooh, interesting. That's very curious. That's very, very curious. And so when we were looking at glass, we wanted something that allowed for the outside to be visible, but since this is a bath, also provided just a little bit of, what would you call it? Privacy. Yeah, privacy. So the bath center has 2 locations for dressing, and this is one side of the dressing rooms, and this side has the closets right here that they can use for clothing, to hang up clothes. There's a mirror right behind me, the bench here, and then right here, this is the showers. Now I'm using, whose are they? Let me see who they belong to. They belong to Paladin's Furniture. So these shower heads belong to Paladin's Furniture. How am I doing? And hold on for a second. Let me think about it. Let me think for a minute. I'm okay. Was doing some things this morning. There's all sorts of things happening during this time, but there is some construction that is being considered by the city where we are, and they were asking the people who surround that construction to express their concerns and things like that. My sister's house, which used to be our parents' house, is in that neighborhood, and so we went to a council meeting to talk about the fact of the impact that new construction of new housing would have in this area, and so that is what I did this morning. I'm actually okay. My allergies are still pretty there. And but today they've sort of backed off, and they do for a while, and so I just have to make sure that I keep up with taking care of myself so my allergies don't bother me. And yeah, so on this side, this is the other side of the dressing room, and we have mirrors. We have 2 sets of mirrors. See, this is what happens. I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. Hold on. So much for I'm better, but I am better. I am better. I just have to watch it. And then the shower on this side. So these shower heads belong to Paladin's Furniture, and that is just a simple button. The shower stall, they actually had, what do you call them? Like faucet turners and faucet handles, and they just didn't look good. So we decided to just go ahead and use the button to control the water in here. And we decided as a little amuse to actually put the creeper head on the doors to make it match. I'm a little better. Evosi, how are you? How are you doing? And so, ooh, and look at this. Hi, you. This is one of our couriers.
So, what'll it be for you?
It's Scarlet. Nothing. I'm just talking to the people and telling them, but I haven't. Scarlet reminds me that there's something I haven't done here, and that is make some seating. And the reason I haven't was because I wanted to go to shoot. I'm gonna have to blow my nose. Hold on for a sec. Hold on. Sorry about that. I was telling Vincentius Primus I was doing okay earlier, so I apologize. And Mr. Villager is saying that it was a long day, a harsh day, and I totally understand. I totally understand. And for Mr. Villager, this is the beginning of winter. This is not the beginning of winter. This is the beginning of summer. This is the end of the school year, isn't it, Mr. Villager? And so there is probably a lot of work at this particular time. And hold on for a sec. Well, so much for I'm feeling better, but I really am feeling better. I was.
You are.
Okay, and Vincentius says that I am, so.
It's just the sneeze and the drippings after a sneeze. Just
Okay,
fine.
so this is what we worked on, and this is what I was about to do was to, hold on. Okay, just a sec. Are these headphones? Yes. Yes. Since the beginning of the summer, I've been using headphones as opposed to earbuds, because I had to have something when we were in the Midwest. And what happened why I didn't have earbuds? I forgot. There wasn't room? Or did I want to try headphones instead? Or was I getting something to stay there and I completely forgot? I don't remember.
I don't either. I want to say the earbuds broke.
The earbuds broke? That's possible. Couldn't get them to work. Oh no, the piece. Did we not bring the piece to plug them in or something like that?
No,
No?
you don't need a piece.
I don't know. You didn't notice them?
You're very subtle.
They look good. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad. Yeah, they're really simple. I wasn't trying to have special ones or any of that kind of stuff. So they work for what? And that's what you wanted me to hold on for? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Pitti Hamaalakut. We are in Arnaaluk right now. Pitti Hamaalakut has a hospital that is a spa. And the spa hospital, are you actually leaking? Why? You shouldn't be, but they actually are. Hold on a second. I think the only thing that I can do to get them to not leak is to remove the water from in between those two blocks. But let's see what it looks like. Whoosh. There is the mine that was opened up when we began working on these buildings. But what I need to do is come over here to the hallways. Hold on for a sec. And here we are. So it's this hallway here, and we tried something special here, especially right here, because we want to, let's see if it's even possible to do it in this location. I don't know that it's going to be. Can I put the sponge there? Let's see what happens if I put sponges in this section. I know it's going to leave an air pocket, but I would rather have an air pocket here than have this than have it leak into the hallway. So this is what it will look like on this side, because this is the way I want it to look on the inside. So I would rather have this part right here. Now this shouldn't leak at all because there's a double block on that part, and I want that. We should name it Spirit Healer. Name the bath Spirit Healer? That's an excellent idea. It's very curious too that you would say that. I was watching some things on YouTube. What was stories of healers in those new I still have Siren Sight. There it goes. It just went away. This is a level 2.5. I think this is a 2.5. Let me see. Nope, not her. Oh yeah, her. Yes, she's working on the building, so she's going to bring this up to the next level. This is the hotel. This is the Gatehouse Hotel, and it's going to be similar to the Trees Hotel to some degree, except back here where the Trees Hotel has the travel center, the Gatehouse Hotel is going to have this beautiful restaurant where people can sit and see the ancient portal ruins, the ruins of a ship portal. And then the bakery is right here. Instead of the restaurant, we have the bakery there. And so that is what that's what's happening with that. Down here, we haven't started working on the archery yet. We are doing research on the archery in Pitti Hamaalakut. So Cade will start working on that in a little bit. There's Solomon. Hi, Solomon. This is a 2.5 Shire gatehouse, and Case is working on this gatehouse right now. And then this is the entrance. This is where Solomon has come to. Remember, Solomon used to be the travel center druid, but now he's here, and this is the entry to Arnaaluk from the land. And so even though they go through the gate up there, this is sort of the equivalent of customs. They can come here and they can ask questions, and they can actually be told where to go and get maps and information that they need about visiting the underwater sanctuary. Now, the sanctuary is leaking right now. We have, I think it's Hallie. Hallie is working on putting in a dome. And when the dome is done, so we just need the level 3 to go in. I think it's only 3 levels, we'll see, of the dome, and then we can stop it from leaking. Aqua Bohemians would like these new pools when passing by. I think they would. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yes, the Bohemian villagers that we discovered on those islands. I think they will like it very, very much. I think they will. So we use the windows in this stairwell that was supposed to look out onto the ocean, but this is where land begins to be. So we put in designer frames here so that we could show off trees in this area. And there goes Solomon right now. There's not really a good view from here, And so it's we decided to make all the glass match in this area. You now have three presences emerging among us. Interested to meet? Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. So this is actually private quarters, and there actually is a druid station right here. This druid is going to be locked to this station because visitors aren't going to come this way. Visitors are going to be directed to go this way to the hotel and get a room, and then they can enjoy the new fitness center, which isn't done yet, the baths, the bakery, the restaurant, and we did want to put a bookstore in somewhere. I still don't know where yet. We can't do it in here. The front desk is located in this area right here. And this is only a window here, and there is the view of the monument from here. So we're going to hold on to that view from here. Remember those Bohemians? Yes. They are being officially called Aqua Bohemians among your villagers. Cool. I think that's a good name for them. I think it is. Also, remember that small abbey at the nearby coast? I do remember that. I'm not sure the abbey is there anymore. The second move, so the tsunami happened and they survived the tsunami. I'm not sure that they've survived the temporal storm. So you know how Vintage, if any of you know Vintage Story has temporal storms, and we had one of those, and we've kind of showed what happened when we had that storm. As a matter of fact, I'll go out for a second so that people can see what happened when we had a temporal storm here. And so that is the story in the game, that there was a temporal storm. In actuality, I moved my game from one computer to another computer, and the game, the Minecolonies, they were untouched. Everything here looks exactly the way it's supposed to, and it's absolutely beautiful and wonderful. However, beyond the border, things got very weird, and that's why we're calling it a temporal storm. Remember this? Look what it looks like now. This is what happened during the temporal storm, that the monument does not look the way it did originally, and is really quite stunning. What we noticed that caused us to realize that something strange had happened was we started noticing things like this. So we have in various places pieces of city. Look at that. Pieces of city that have been scattered all over the outside after that storm. And let's see what Mr. Villager is saying. Exactly, all of them have migrated to join you, with their new faith now being called preachers of traction. After that storm and losing a large part of their small habitat, and having heard about your society, Mr. Villagers, they settled themselves among us and now perform excellent. I'm so glad to hear that. That's wonderful. That is cool. So yes, so none of these buildings are damaged in any kind of way. The city is completely intact. However, scattered across the sea beyond the city are places that didn't exist before, where there are sections of the city, like we just saw those walls, or something like this, where it's like this didn't look like that before. pieces scattered. Yes, and it's really wild. I have taken some of them away, but every once in a while I'll come out like to there and I'll see this right here. This is actually from someplace in the city, probably from the fishery, because there's that, see, that's actually lava sitting there like that. That's very strange. That wasn't there before. And as you can see with the monument itself, the monument's literally split into pieces. So there's a piece here, and then the monument has a double top. There's a half of a top there, and it just makes it really cool looking. And this is one of the other things that happened. There's a ship piece here, and look, there's a piece of the monument right there. So that's why we call it a temporal storm, like the kind that Vintage Story has, where it's a dimensional storm. It's where dimensions shift in a very strange and scary way. And luckily for us, no one got hurt. And see all these little pieces here? It's just really strange to see little pieces of the city all around. And it's just little teeny tiny pieces of the city all over the place. Outside of the city. That's actually outside of the border. Let's show the border for a second. So you can see that all of those buildings that are showing up weird are outside of the border. And every once in a while, if I go to the ends of the border, I will get some indication that the world is changing with respect to the fact that I'm surprised I haven't gotten one today, but I get a thing that says that it didn't load properly. But luckily for us, everything within the border worked out just fine. And let me see. Interesting to see these pieces. Yeah, they are. Feels like some sort of memory of what once stood there, maybe even beyond. Yeah, it does. It does. But it is a dimensional thing. They're not historical, these pieces, which is what's really wild about them. And even on our map, when we look at our map, and you'll see that I had gone out to check the island. The Bohemians are right here. See those little aqua pieces right there? That's where the Bohemians are. And if you look really closely, you can actually see the radio tower that Mr. Villager wanted to be there, sitting on that cliff right there on the map. There's a little square right there, and that is the radio tower. And those aqua blocks that you see are actually their tents, and they do not farm, and they don't farm, they don't make anything. They are all artists, nomadic artists, because those aren't even houses. Those are all tents there, which is really, really cool. A tiny pixel for all those, yeah. And on this map, so you can see that there. You can see that over here, there's a giant skeleton structure in the sky right here. It's actually some kind of industrial, like their version of some kind of farm. But why they would need it? No idea. You can see the pirate ship sitting on the water right here. That is a legit pirate ship that's sitting there. And over here we do have some crashes and some things against the land. And then down here, you'll see these triangles in the snow. I mean, these squares in the snow. Those are dungeons. Those are skeleton dungeons. Some of them survived the tsunami and some did not. And over here, this is Arnaaluk right here. Pitti Hamaalakut. This is the top of a mountain that we have gotten from the skeletons specifically. This is Zaf's village. These are the people who were on the shoreline when we first got here. And when the tsunami happened, they must have had a seer because they ran in time, so they were not trapped by the tsunami, and they did not lose their lives. These balloons that you see here, the skeletons actually used these balloons to escape. You can see these right here. That is actually a new fortress for barbarians because the Illager towers were destroyed by the tsunami, and so they are gone. And this one up here, so there are two of them. So see this one up here? I believe that this is Zaf's city, and this city down here, this is a new one, a new city of people, of your people, Mr. Villager. And I can't find, see there's another city right here. So I don't see anymore the monastery that we found. See that piece right there? So I'm pretty sure that's another dungeon, another skeleton tower, and we could go out. Do you want to go out and see? Let's see. No farming, no hierarchy, no social role. They decide what they do by their own and communally, and bet who has officially assigned to them. Doesn't look like a huge mess. Yeah, let me see something for a second. Let's see if we go out here for a minute, just for the fun. Let's teleport for a second. And I hear creatures, and sure enough, it is what we thought it was. It is one of the dungeons that was far enough away from the tsunami that it didn't get damaged. And this is what they look like when they're completely intact. We have a couple of damaged ones near us, but see the stairs down here below? It's hard to see at night. I did have a light. Hold on. Where'd my lights go? I don't have any. Did I give them all away? Ooh. Am I going to have to go to sleep? Let's come down here. Look at this. This looks very safe and pretty. It's a field of hogs, a field of pigs, but we're going to put down a sleeping bag and we're just going to go to sleep so that we can look at the area. And here we are. Let's put this away for a moment. And here we are. So yes, so you can see this is all damaged on the ones that we have near the shoreline. All of this is gone. All of the beautiful work that's done on the bottom of these castles doesn't exist on the castles that are closest to us. And that's why those castles, when you look on the map, they actually have balloons near them. The balloons is how a lot of them escaped. See, there's a balloon there, and there is one of the castles right there. There's another castle up here in the snow. There it is. Up. It's getting farther away. Right here, you can just barely see the outline of that castle. That's the one that has the most damage. But there's also a balloon in this area. that was picking up, and I don't see it right now. Oh, did they make it go away? Or maybe I'm down too low. Look at that, Mr. Villager. There it is. Yay. And there's another castle. So both of these dungeons are damaged by the tsunami. And so that balloon was how they rescued the people who didn't go underground. Why didn't they go underground? Because they were afraid. I mean, it was one of these things where water is rising and falling down into the ravines. So it wasn't a thing where they thought that they were going to survive it by going underground. If they were already underground and the water didn't reach them, then they were safe. The other thing too is that the Illager towers, the regular towers that used to be here, there was one for each of these dungeons, an Illager tower. They were swept away completely, and so now all we have are these little forts of barbarians. And I think the skeletons have asked the barbarians to come in. This is a barbarian fortress right there. That right in the center of the screen is a barbarian fortress. So let's go up for a second. We'll show, since we talked about the Bohemians, why don't we go over to here and they can see how they live for just a minute. So we're going to teleport to here. And here we are. And as we said, hello, hi. As we said, they have tents. They don't build. They don't have any jobs. They are essentially, as Mr. Villager described them, they're artists, and mostly artists, and yeah. And I say artists more than monastery. They're not monks, because look at the beautiful, colorful. Look at the colorful tents that they've built in this area. So they're actually artists, and this is where they've come to live. And what are they living off of? They're living off of these trees. So they come across here. These trees have fruit all the time in this area, and they, I imagine, catch fish as well. And this is who they are. Isn't that correct? Illagers, skeletons, and barbarians have gone. The Illagers have. We don't have any Illagers left anywhere. We have skeletons, and we have barbarians, and we have pirates. But the Illagers, I don't know whether it was the fact that it was freezing, or that their towers were destroyed. Whatever happened, they didn't trust the skeletons anymore to protect them, because the skeletons didn't help them. And so they have moved on. They've moved to other areas of the city. So artists, misfits, and rebels. Okay. I think it's artists, and artists is, I think, what that is. And so here, so these, this is this area. We had looked at this area at one point thinking that maybe we would have Pitti Hamaalakut in this area. But when we began to sort of look at what the Druids were interested in, Hamaalakut, the hamlet, Hamaalakut, made more sense for their safety. Made more sense in that it was isolated, and that the skeletons were not going to want the land back. And so that's what we did. So let's go there. So I'm going to use the waypoint because I don't want to end up in the mountain. So we're going to come here, And there we are, and we have landed in the balloon right here. I'm going to wait for it to spawn in. See the cities, the area around it is coming into view. I'm going to wait until it all comes into view so that it's not a hardship on the computer. And there we go. So it stopped. And so we can come down here, and you have the info. They live from fishing, bush foraging for berries, and some predatory hunt and woodcutting for infrastructure and fuel. Hunting predators. Okay. Cool. So the gatehouse, for those of you who had watched and wondered what happened to the gatehouse, the gatehouse idea that we were going to put a gatehouse here, we have decided against it. And the reason is because we already have a way. We have this balloon platform that goes from one city to another, and that is our way of getting back and forth. If the gatehouse is not at the point where it allows the people to travel from one place to another, which it doesn't yet, then there's no reason to do it. It is something in the future, and when it gets to the point where they can come and do that, then we will definitely build the connection. But this one, we already have the type of connection that they're talking about, where you can teleport, the player can teleport between the two cities. And so we don't need that. We don't need that in our location. So I'm going to put on, I'm going to get, this is what I need. I need a tag tool. I want to see where they're sitting. Hi, Marilyn. Marilyn is our doctor. And we're going to come here, and I'm going to tag this. And there it is. And let me see if I can find existing places where they sit. So let's come out here and look. And so we have a standout, a stand-in, a sit-out, work invisible, ground level, and sit in and sit. And so those sit-ins and sits aren't there yet. They must be in the pools that aren't here. You would think that they would be able to sit here, but I don't see anyone sitting, and probably because this is not a level 5. So if someone sits here and then those seats move with the build, I can understand them not having. So that didn't really help us. So I know that you'll remember that in Prasino, people actually sat in the pool. In Rosa Oru, they sat in the pool. So I still want to try and figure out how they're doing that and whether it's actually possible. Before we put seats, we have them sit in the baths. So I don't want them to drown. I don't want them to sit down and drown. And so that's one of the things that we'll have to look at when we get there. So that didn't answer the question, but let me put this away for a second, and we'll just continue for just now. Let's put this away. Let's put one of these here. I don't need, we brought some copper back with us. So I think I'm going to take that copper to the warehouse for a moment. Already forgetting, let's see. Oh, already forgetting, remember also those old women at the coast that's near Arnaaluk? Yes, I remember. What's the difference between the sit-in and sit-out? I don't know yet. That's the first time that I've seen it. Hold on, let's do this again. That's the first time that I've seen the breakout like that. And when I go Let me see. Let's see if I can go. So see, you can, so see it says sit. Let me see what happens if I move it. Let's see if I see any. Nope, there's none there. Let's see the sit out. Let's see what happens here. None of these are in place yet. And so I think I'd have to experiment, because I don't see any of these. These are existing tags in the schematic. So Miksasa and Matlam arranged for the building to do certain things, and those tags are there. The work tag is usually always there. The ground level, because of the fact that this is built on a cliff, they had to establish some kind of way for the ground level so that the people wouldn't be able to know where they were. And so that's one of the things. But that is greatly expanded. And why don't we do something? This is recent, Mr. Villager, that you just saw. Wait, isn't it a decoration? No, that is the hospital. And that is not a decoration. And this is not a decoration either. Let's try this instead. Let's shift here. And there they are. So we can see, oops, somebody's interrupting me. Hold on for a second. This job is rude. So you can see what happens. There it is. See the ground level right here? Now Shire has to have ground level too, because some of their buildings have more go up and down hills, and so they have to establish ground level. But these are the seats, and if we go out here, see, we can see the actual seats established. So on that hospital, no seats have been established at the level that it is at. I could have sworn that there were seats before, even for the level, but maybe, like I said, maybe it was just for a level 5. Yes, it is a hospital, but doesn't it come with a controller to put the pool? No, the pool is a part of the hospital. The pool's actually a part of the hospital. And so if, hold on, we're done talking. Hold on a second. Let me put this away. Let me run. I don't think I'm going to be able to get any place really quickly. We have to run. I need a place to sleep. And I said I wasn't going to do this anymore. Remember, after the last fire, that I was not going to try and get to a bed. But the thunder and lightning doesn't seem too bad. So we're going to come in, come down very quickly and go to sleep. Yep. Ooh. There we go. So it's nighttime, and it's, that was always, that's the hospital. And so the hospital has actual seating, or it did. We'll see if it still has it, but it has actual seating. Now this, unfortunately, because we had to get rid of the controller, the hut block, we can't put seating in here unless it's a part of the restaurant upstairs, or possibly, now this would be interesting. Let's look at something for a second. This is a level 5 of this. Loaded existing tag. Now this is saying that I can have tags. Let me see what kind of tags I can have. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! So this means that we can actually put sit tags for the barracks. We can put sit tags in here that they'll be able to use because this will be considered a part of the barracks here. And so we can have people actually sit at these tables. And that's going to be cool. I don't want to... Should we try some right now? Let's try right now for a moment. What's strange? And there's a sit out. Now I have a thing where I don't know what that means. So I'm going to actually take that off. So let's go outside. I am actually, now that you said, Mr. Villager, I'm actually going to have to go and find out what that means. What's the difference between sit out, stand in, stand out? Is that the way they're facing? Has it gotten that detailed? Because if it has, that's excellent. Excellent. Seems the old conservative bone bags, no offense, but their preaches about moral are too annoying, have heard of us, and now some have come back. Ah, you mean, and be it their old themselves or their descendants. For some reason, and it's not their official name among our people, they are called the monarchs. Are you talking about the ancient women who had that? Yes, who had that city on the coast. Yeah. Ah, and so they are the monarchs. Interesting. Yeah, I'm going to have to find out the definitions of those. Sit in, sit out, and stand in and stand out. And I want to find them because I've got some people who are let's say this is the hut block, and what they want to do is stand in the corner like this. And I don't want them doing that. So I'm going to try and see if that is some new behavior based off of all of this right here, which is before you used to had to put sit up here in order to get someone to sit. And now they've got all these different types here. There was always the work and there was always ground level. But that is most interesting. That's most interesting. Okay, so I'm going to put this away for now. I don't want to do that until I check. Yeah, that's right. The ones who didn't stay because they lacked faith in your plan. I remember that. That was long ago. far. Well, it wasn't that long ago because it was here where Arnaaluk is, and where, but it was before Hamaalakut for sure. And most curious, yay! It also means, now I wouldn't do it with this restaurant. Romina's got enough on her hands. But these tables could be connected to the restaurant, but then she would be running up and down and back and forth, and we don't really need them to be connected to the restaurant in that way. They're connected to the tavern. This is a tavern here, and those are theirs. This is to the stair. This decoration controller belongs to that stairwell. And then, of course, this is the firefighter's balloon here. So we had people at the university working, and let me see if it says anything, if any of the university work has been completed. I don't see anything. Cade finished the level 3 of the barracks. This is actually a barracks level 3, which allows us to research a archery. And so now that this is done, we're researching the archery, and while the archery is being researched, Cade is upgrading the enchanter right here. If I'm not mistaken. How are you doing that? How are you standing inside the table? Bode, what kind of magic is this? You're standing in the table. He's a magician. He's a magician. So yeah. So Kate is working on this building right now. A decade ago they left. Yes. Even some of their partners and children you can forgive in a certain way, but many who remember, yes, they hold a grudge for the fact that they left. Yeah, I can understand. Mr. Villager is talking about the villages that he is ambassador for. And Mr. Villager and I do a sort of Dungeon and Dragon story where we're telling a story like we're in the same world, but we can't be because we're in two different games, but we're playing like we're in the same world. So that is what he's talking about. And scroll down a bit. I see. It seems they are quite a people of enterprise and believe that people shall deserve for resources. The world is for the worthy and all shall simply follow. Curious. Yeah. And that's why he's getting too immersed in reading. I think he's doing a magic trick. I think Bode has found his calling. So you'll remember that Bode was raising rabbits. He's been raising rabbits since he got here. And it never even dawned on me. Of course he's raising rabbits. He's an enchanter. And rabbits are very sacred to druids. They use their feet. They use their skins. And they eat the flesh. So they use rabbits all the time. And Bo, that just looks scary. I'm sorry. I just have to get you out of there. That just doesn't look right. Oh my goodness sakes. Okay. So Kate is working on this, and that's why those torches are there. This torch is a part of this building, and I don't actually need to have it. I know. I take them away. They're going to bring them back anyway, but I would prefer them not to be there. This is a forest, and you know, I didn't check after the forest after the rain, but there was at least rain in that thunderstorm. When this thunderstorm started right here, there was so much thunder, and it was raining, but there was no way. The thunder was so amazing, and the lightning was so amazing, and we did get a strike, and the firefighters all got together and put that out. Now, I know that you can stop the lightning from striking. You can just take lightning away, but I have never liked to do that. And let me come over here. It seems they also always in some sort of small civil war among the sheds against the preachers. Makes sense. Quite a collision. It's a clash of ideals, clash of beliefs. Yeah, you can't judge their beliefs. Don't make much sense for many of villagers. Okay, you just hope it doesn't end like something more, Like it doesn't get to the point where it's what do they call that when they start crusading, and that they don't become crusaders. But yeah. So the other fire that we had was on that side, and this is why we decided to have a firefighter's balloon. And this is a level 3, so it has its first water guns. So these are water guns, and as the balloon gets much more sophisticated, these guns have a solid block of water that when it goes into the gun, it is turned into liquid again, and they use it to spray over a fire in a particular area. This is my story. Because this is actually just a barracks. But I've always used this as firefighters' balloons, and this is the level 3 of the firefighter's balloon right here. I don't know, it should be somewhere here, but I don't see it. There is a way for them to get down to there, but I think at this particular time I see, they raised this up. Yeah, so that's actually the story, that this hole right here is for them to raise that up so that one of the druids can sit in this seat right here. See that? And when they sit in this seat, then they can see the fires really clearly, and they can direct the water guns. They can have the druids who are manning the water guns to actually put the fire where it should be. So yeah, that's perfect. Wait, let's look for a second where it is official. Bohemians don't stop to look at them with repulse. The old ones see the preachers as a bunch of fanatics. Actually, almost everyone does. Yeah. And so this is where we're at. So when we have people looking for fire, the druids who look for fires, we have the balloon right here. This large balloon, the larger of these two balloons here, is the tree farmer. So the tree farmer at this location is actually able to see if something's on fire, and he can actually report it to the firefighters. And so this is his view of the mountain. And then on the other side, right now, we might have to have another one. Isn't that cool? I just love that. I just love that they have that seat for the person who is looking for fires. This is one of the firefighter balloons here that looks out over the forgotten forests right here. And then on this side, right over here, we have another druid firefighter balloon right here that can see down into this valley. And as a matter of fact, it was this firefighter's balloon that saw this fire in the beginning. That balloon was actually up at the time. And there it is. So failed to load, you can see that. Failed to load chunk, that is the temporal storm that we still have some residuals from the temporal storm in regards to when we travel too far outside of the city. So see where this is right here? This is the border. Let me come here. So the border is right there. So when I traveled outside of the border, then it said failed to load chunk. And you see it's loading really, really slowly. But that failure to load changes the way the landscape looks because it reloads it. And so that's why we're calling it a temporal storm, because of that. And there you can see it. That's one of the rare things that you can see. If you look down, you'll see torches. It's almost like a vision. We're actually seeing through the ground at underground dungeons that are deep in the heart of this mountain. See? They're not on the floor of the forest. That's actually down in caves underneath this mountain. And that's why they were okay with us having the mountaintop. And the reason that the Druids wanted the mountaintop is because they wanted to be in the trees. They did. They wanted to be in the trees. And so where can I go? I think the library. Is it still night? I think it's very quiet. This is a tropical. I have been calling this a jungle university for practically the whole time, but this is in fact a tropical library and university. And there's the library here. Let's see if I can go around here. I think I'm not visible for a moment. We're going to change into a little mermaid. So now I'm a little mermaid. Why am I changing? Because I don't want to accidentally, mistakenly damage the hut block. And plus, when I come here, if I go to research and look at something, I would have to be super careful about where I put the cursor, because if I touch something, it would automatically research. And I don't want that. I don't want automatic research. This is the whole point of this game. I love that part. I love that they're doing research. So let me look at what it said. 3 of 3 research in progress. So they are still working on the research for the archery, which is under combat, and they have 15 minutes left of Earth time. They have 15 minutes of Earth time left, and then we will be able to start an archery, and we'll hope we'll have the level 1 done in time for the first event, which is the Skeletones event, so that some of the visitors will be able to see the new archery. So that's what we're working towards. And isn't it dangerous for them? Like, imagine if the ship stops too abruptly, what happens with the cabin? Because it's on a chain? That's a good question. I imagine that they're strapped in, so it would be like a fire engine that has, you know, those super long fire engines that have the ladder truck, and they've got that guy at the back of the ladder. The guy because the truck is so long, they have to have a driver at the back, and that's kind of what that's like. That seat. And so when there's a fire, they get a chance to coffee. Research should have a successor like cafe, so you can have double the buff. Wouldn't that be nice? But coffee is going to be one of the last things that I do. Unless something's changed dramatically, coffee does not work. It didn't work. And so I just didn't want to be bothered with spending an hour researching coffee for nothing, because they still slept in the streets. And so we'll see if that's changed. Vincentius Primus, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Coffee is Maximus.
Can I have a sip?
That's my new name.
Is it sippable?
It's very hot.
Oh.
It's slurpable.
Slurpable? Okay. I would like some, please. I'm asking Vincentius for a taste of his coffee. He's saying it's very, very, very hot.
But it is also very perfect. So.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yes. It's
Yum.
perfect.
Thank you. See the look on his face.
I'm smiling because I know you can hold a giant cup of coffee like this. You'll never sleep again.
He's saying I would never sleep again if I drank that giant cup of coffee. It doesn't affect him like that. Oh, Mr. Villager says hello.
Hello,
Another
Mr.
beautiful
Villager.
day in the colony.
Oh, is it? Ezra? That's nice. So you like your research. So we need boiled leather. We need armor for the druids. And we're headed towards plate. But we have to go through all the different levels. So right now we have 15 more minutes of boiled leather. And then we will have better armor for the druids. And then in the next time, we need a town hall level 3, which we have. We can do iron ingots and get to iron skin, which is on the way to plate. So you can see down there. Yay! Yay, team! We can now have an archery. They just finished. It said they finished, but I'm looking at it. That's interesting. Didn't I just see a notification saying that they were done? Hold on, let me look. Improved bows. Yeah. Okay, let's go back and look again. Let's go here. And sure enough, there it is. It's done. And you saw that, Vincentius. You saw that Mr. Villager was saying hi.
I said hi.
Oh, you did?
Out
Okay.
loud.
Mutton and
Out
potatoes.
loud.
Can't get better than that.
All right. So now that we've checked on that, let's actually go to the site that we have picked out for the new archery competition center is what it's going to be. We're taking the elevator down and we're going to walk through the main mystic site for this location is here, and that is the Shire level 2. The Shire mystic site. We'll have to put in some stairs here to come up. This is Charlie's druid station right here. Charlie she does have a view of the area as far as looking for fires is concerned. And she can do that from here, and look, she has a perfect view of that place that caught on fire before, but she is one of the peace druids. We have 3 peace druids. We have Riley, we have Lilith, and we have Charlie. Are you saying archery competition center for some reason reminds you of that ancient Mayan football religious game? Well, I guess in some respects, there are some aspects of this center that are kind of going to be like this. So archery is important to the druids. And there it is. Dun, 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 dun. There's the piece. How is he going to get there? Good question, but that's how builders build in here. And I need to go over. Let's see if I go over this way. Where can I go? I could stop in here. So he's back in the middle of this. See this right here where he's standing in the middle of this? Let's see if I can figure something out. Because this is what we're talking about. Why is he standing in the middle? So let me click on the hut block for a second. I have to be careful. And there it is. So let's come over here and let's see what it says. I need to be able to look into the sky for a second there. And sit out is, there are no existing tags. So why is he standing in the work piece? It says there aren't any existing tags of any kind. Isn't that curious? Now there should be a work. Position a citizen would stand to work. Let's come here and let's position a place for him to stand when he's working. So based on the way the book is facing, this is the correct place. All right, so let's have him stand here. And no, it changed it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me come here. Let me come up. Let me look at let me go out. See, if something's too close, then I can't. I have to look at the sky. All right, so why did it change to sit out when I had work there? See that right there? So let's hex that. Why did it do that when it says work? Can I not assign a work tag? It says work and it says work, but it did sit instead. And it did sit out instead, not just any sit. What if we put stand instead there? Stand in. Let me see what happens. Wait, what did it say about stand in? Hold on. So stand in, inside under roof, position to stand at the building name and level. Okay. And stand out is outdoor position to stand at.
Another beautiful day in the colony.
So this says a position a citizen would stand to work. And yet it won't let me put anything there. I wonder if I could put it here. Nope. See, it's only giving me the... Oh wait, it says a stand-in tag. Even though it says sit out, the tag on the side says stand in. Do you see that? Let's try it. Okay, and now let's recall the worker. There we go. And let's leave him for a minute and see. I think that that's what this is. The fact that when I recalled him, he moved to there should be the tag. So we'll see. Do you see what he's doing? Are you confused? I think he is. Hold on. Let's come here. Let me see what this looks like. Let's see if I can tell which one it is. I think I have too many of those. So let's come here and let's erase this one. So we'll just have one of them and let's see which one it is. And then let's come here and let's recall. Okay, so that is. So I took away the one that was close, and now he's following the one that isn't. So I am going to have to find out how they work, because now he's acting weird. So recall worker, and that should straighten him out, but it's not. Well, I'd rather he was doing that than be sitting in the table for right now. I have a feeling that when I reload the game, that will correct. Let's put this here. I'm gonna have to experiment with those. Let me see what Mr. Villager is saying. Also important to notice, each of these factions have different opinions about different aspects of the lives of villagers, is what Mr. Villager is talking about in chat. And to be honest, it sounds dangerous, like a lot. So now he's asking me, I'm saying archery competition center for some reason. Oh, that's the part that reminded you of the football religious games of the Mayans. Yes. Except that these, oh wait, I was supposed to be going in here. Hold on, I was supposed to be going in here to change. I can change, look, it's a secret little, it's practically a telephone booth. Let's go back and be a mermaid and not be a little mermaid anymore. And we'll come here like that, and there we are. So we are back to being our full magical selves. And we'll come out. All right, so let's go over to this. And Kate is going to start working on it. Ah, I'm beyond the border. Hold on. There's the border. And here it is right here. So you can see kind of in the light. Do I need a light? Of course I do. And let's put it in my hand. And there we go. So there is the hut block for the archery. And you can see that there's a walkway piece right here. So let us get Cade to build the building. Now, if we want to see what it's going to look like at level 1, let me come here. Let me get the goggles, because there it is. Dun, 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 dun. So when I have the goggles on, because he's assigned to build level 1, it is showing me the level 1. So this is what it's going to look like on the inside. It has an upstairs area here, and there seems to be a bed there. Interesting. And wait. Whoosh. So part of this is there is a tree there. And then back here you can see that there are places for them to do competitions. And as time goes on, when this becomes a level 5, we'll be able to see those areas really well. So he's going to be working on this for a long time. Long enough that I might actually stop him from working on the enchanter for a little bit. Isn't that pretty? And these are the old. So Mr. Villager, remember we were talking about what are they called? They're called something. I've forgotten the name, but that's what these are on here. They're the old style of trying to get people to walk to a certain location. And when the dark oak was being created, this was the newest technology, and so they included it. But then they recognized what began to happen, where they would start taking this path to go out of their way to take the path, because the path was marked and with those markers. And so now those markers are not used. Some people still use them for bridges and things like that, but most people don't use them anymore because they're problematic in the way that I described. So I'm going to cancel. I'm going to stop him from working on the enchanter. Bode is happy to understand. Bode will understand. because he's been waiting a long time here, and he can still study, and that's what he really wants to do. So he's fine with the fact that he's still able to study. And let's come here and cancel. And there we go. And then we'll get Cade to start working on the archery so that for Halloween, the archery will be finished. And that is what we are headed towards. So this is perfect. I love it. It's a big center and makes it look like a clubhouse, like for a private, like a golf, like a golf house, golf country clubs. They have those houses. Well, this is the country club for archers when they come here. So that is what we are working on there. I'm looking at those trees. Yeah, I see you. That looks like a house there. Hi, Charlie. And we're going to come down and we'll look. And so that is pretty much what's going on when Leandro is finished with this is the firefighter's balloon here. This is Cade right here, and that's what he's going to be working on. And across here is Leandro, and he also has one of these builder shops in the trees right here. And his looks down over the town hall, which is a level 3. His shop's a level 3, and we could have him, the tavern's a level 3. I think I want him to work on stuff in the farmer's market, but that's what I'm going to look at right now. What is he working on? Nothing. So this is now a level 3, this firefighter's balloon right here, because this was the last thing that he was working on. And sure enough, it's a level 3 tower. And so this is a level 3 town hall, a level 3 tavern. Because of the clash, because I wanted to use this farm and have the flower shop be in the same piece, both of these are level 5, so they don't count. We're just using them up to the level 3 right now. And this is a level 2. So let's begin with the bakery, and let's get Leandro to start working on it and make this a level 2. And now we did that with this. This is actually a level 3, but notice that it's in the original level 2 wood. And we're probably going to end up doing that with the bakery. See how the bakery is turning to stone? But we'll turn it back to wood. And then when he's done with that, let's have him work on the cookery. And this is also Leandro. Create the building. And here we go. So let me put this here. So see right there, there's going to be there's actually going to be a piece right there. This is the piece we put in, but then there's going to be another. See where it's showing this is going to be closed in? Well, we're going to take that away when it's at level 5. We're going to take it away every single time because this is the farmer's market and we want it to be open. And this is going to be interesting when we start working on this house here, because that is a alchemist, and the alchemist shop spreads back to that tree, and so that is going to be very curious. It is. Okay, so we know what Cade and Leandro are working on. let's go and see what Brittany and Troy are working on. If I'm not mistaken, that was interesting. Brittany is working on this. This is the rabbit hutch. And let's look and see. Sheila's back, yay! Sheila had gone away, probably maybe to have puppies or to be with the rest of her clan. And she returns to us because she's getting fed. And I think she likes the contact. She likes the human contact. Dun 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 dun! Yay! This is a level 3 right now. This is a level 3 of this building without this door? How did that happen? Why is there not a door here? We're going to put a second door here so the rabbits don't get out. Oh, I put in a second door right there. Okay, so I thought there was a door here, but maybe there isn't. And I put it on wrong, so we'll take it away. I have to put it, see
What a
where
great colony to be a part of.
Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it. This is one of our new people. No, I don't want to open that way, so we'll have to do it this way. There we go. That's the way we want it to open. Okay, so let's close that. So these are emergency doors. First of all, we don't want Sheila in the rabbit hutch, and that's why we need that door. Because she has, we had a building when we were putting this on top here. We actually made a building error, which allowed Sheila to get into the rabbit hutch. And as you can imagine, she decimated the population. So she's here somewhere. There is Dawn and Dawn, our two donkeys. Both of them have been here from the beginning, and they are still here. And it's still them. They had been here for a long time without having a name. And because they had, we just went ahead and named them. They are not pets. They just have names. And they're all still wild. I hear Sheila, but I don't see her. Which could mean that she's trapped on one of these cliffs over here again. Let's see if that's true. This ravine area here. Let's look and see if we can see anything here. I don't see her. Hear that? Where is she? She's not down in here. That would be terrible if she was. But I don't think so. See, when I come down here, she doesn't get closer. We did find her once on one of these ledges right here, but what I figured was right up here that she followed one of the cows over into this area. That is so strange. It really sounds like she's someplace close. But I don't see her. Unless she's down on some ledge here. See this right here? You see that? Luckily, that's a visitor. But that's what they do. They like to come down into the forest here. That is not a visitor. Oh my gosh. And this is how we lost one of our people. They were down here, and they either fell or something, and they were injured badly enough that a prick from a berry bush was their demise.
Good to see you.
Your food's too raw? Let me see your food. Yeah, I think your food is too raw for you to have. So we're going to come over here. Notice that? Did you see what she just did? Wasn't that wild? Brittany doesn't have anything to do. And so she's at her, this is where she lives. But her partner, Aaron, works here. So she was probably bringing him lunch or something. Leia is our new carpenter. Took over for either Simeon. I think maybe took over for Simeon. Simeon became the carpenter. Or Bode. One of the two of them was a carpenter. Hold on for a second. For a while. Is there anything underneath that dirt? There is not. Okay. So, let's find something for Brittany to do. This is a level 3. This is a level 3 delivery courier. This is a level 3 tree farmer. You can see some railing for the sawmill. They seem to be okay. They don't seem to be wanting to see. She comes to the end, but she's not going to walk off. If there was a lot of traffic here, there is the possibility that like a druid would push her off if they were standing on the side and wanted to get by or something. But not that many people come here. Let me get rid of this. I've got fish on me. It smells wonderful, but I think I'm going to put it someplace where it can be picked up. So why don't I, no, yes. Let me put it here, and then it can go back to the warehouse. We'll request pickup, and there we go. So yeah, I'm not as concerned about that right at this particular moment. As you can see what she's doing? She's walking around the roof and she's not falling off. So she's not going to walk off. And so we don't have to worry so much. This is a museum. This is the supply camp right here. And down here, she worked on this. This is Brittany's work here. This is the grotto. And Aubrielle is here. Is her name Aubrielle? Yes. Aubrielle is here, and she is the caretaker of the grotto. And we will have visitors be able to come and visit it. There's Sheila. There she is. See, she's down here. Hi. Wait, hold on. That's not Sheila. That's another dog. Ooh, that is a different dog. Wow, that we're hearing. I hope Sheila's okay. Now, Sheila, she's been here this whole time. She might have gotten old, but I hope she comes back. She does go away from time to time and then she returns, but that was not her. Interesting. That was very interesting. Okay, and let's go back. So we were looking. So all of these are level 3s, including the grotto. These are level 3s. You can see pieces there. Nether. When you have netherrack in the build, it has to be above level 3 or above. And so both of these are dairies are level 3. What is this? This is a level 3 tower right here, and If it has stairs up, then it's a level 3, and it does. So this tower has already been built out. So we're going to have her work on the one thing that she could work on from here, and that is Romina's restaurant. So we're going to have Brittany work on the restaurant. So this is going to be interesting. So here's the restaurant. It's a 2. Let's have Brittany upgrade the restaurant. So we have a bunch of, oops, there we go. We have a bunch of chairs. We're going to take all of these chairs away for right now, or they're going to end up in the warehouse. And we're just going to not have them be here. Everything else, I think, is okay. And look at this. Dun, da, da, da. It gets this part added to it. And with this here, I don't think we're going to need to put something there. We'll see what happens when it's done. I've forgotten now what it looks like. Do you remember how long ago it's been, Mr. Villager, that we actually made one of these? It might have been before, was it before your time? Yeah, I think so. I think it's been a really long time since we made a jungle restaurant. And but you might remember, because that's where we had the vampire mansion. Remember, we had the vampire living on the mainland, and there were all these fishers, but it was probably Zaf at that time and not you during that time period. Let's take these off. Let's put this here. And so Leandro is working on, he's working on the bakery. Brittany is working on Romina's restaurant. Leandro is also going to be working on the cookery, which is also in the farmer's market. Let me see if this is a level 1 or 2. This is a level 2, so when Cade is done with the other, whoever is done first, either Leandro or Cade, will work on the hospital after it's done. We are upgrading all the workspaces first, because this is the level 3 that's coming up, and this is when the food starts to change, when we start to actually have to have higher level foods for the people where there are some things that they won't eat. I'm saying that, but I did try an experiment, and it does seem to be working, that you must have food for each level, was what I saw on Discord. And if that's the case, right now, we only have, it's interesting, we only have level 2 and 3. I don't know why the druids are okay, but maybe they're okay because they're just level 3s. But in this, I'm trying this thing. So see, we have rabbit stew down here. So this is 1, 2, 3. You have to have something down here. And it actually makes a difference. It actually does make a difference in their happiness. So you can pick anything from that level. So we picked rabbit stew because this is a druid place. She's eating salmon. She's eating baked salmon, but rabbit stew is one of the things that they love. And so that's why we have it here. And then we can look here and see, and wow, the spicy grilled chicken, squash, soup, and that's what they're doing here. And yet she just got salmon from there. Isn't that curious? She just got baked salmon, but this is yesterday. So today, when the clock turns over, it'll show that someone had salmon from here. So that's how you can keep track of what they're eating, and that helps. That definitely does. That helps. So the grafted trees, the trees that are actually jungle trees that are grafted into these birch trees, when the buildings are done, the birches will be pulled out. I mean the jungle trees, not the birches. The jungle trees will be pulled out, not the birches. No, not the birches. This is a birch forest, so definitely not the birches. Okay, so we saw what all of them are doing. And I have Brittany working on the restaurant. What's Troy doing? Let's come and see. I don't think Troy has anything left to do here. But let's see. I think all the fields are level 3s now. Yep. And is this a decoration? Nope. It's going to go up. This is a Hive field, and you see where it's saying upgrade from a full level 3. So this is not a decoration. This is going to go up to level 5. And this is Troy's area here. We have this one is a level 3. So everything back here is level 3 as well. Let me see if this one upstairs is a level 3. It might not be. Let's come here. Although it's looking like it, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun. Yay! All right. So he is done with all of the places in here except the fact that we wanted to put in another cookery, and we wanted to put in a cookery underneath a restaurant. It is going to be a complicated mess because the cookery underneath, the stairs for the cookery are going to come up right here, right in between these two buildings, and these two buildings are sharing a wall right here. This is a sugar farm, and this is a restaurant here. So we could try having him work on it and see how bad it's going to get. I'm hoping that doesn't go away right there. that oven. But why don't we do that? Why don't we let him start working on this second cookery right here? So the builder is going to be Troy. Build the building. Plus, and I should put on the glasses here so that we can see what we're talking about. So see what's happening here with this? So they're going to close in that part right there with dirt, and that's actually fine. Let's come in here and see what it's showing and see all of this here. You can see that there is bless you, that there's places to protect this restaurant, and someplace right in here is where, I think it's right here, is where the stairs down are. So that's what we're going to see how that works out. So this is going to be interesting, but I want to see, because what I'd like to do is I would like to have them overlap in a way that the last building built fixes what we mess up while we're building these at lower levels. And so we'll see how it works. We put this here specifically for Troy, so that he would not he would have some place to work while he worked on this cookery, and he would have some place to get some way of getting there without jumping. and injuring himself over and over and over. And so that's why we want to do that, because they do. If you let them, they will jump. If it's work, they won't jump for pleasure, but they will jump for work. And it is morning, and that was probably Parnell that we saw passing us in the stairwell. Mackenzie is already at the dairy, and I can see Macy over there at that dairy. And let me look for a second. We're at 2 hours. So every once in a while, the animals want to come into this area, and you can see what's happening here. And so we just have to rescue them from time to time. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let me get this. Let's get one of these. And let's get this cow back into the field. Now they might find their own way, but she's not. You can't go in there. Come on. Are you going to go over the top of this? Let's see if they can. Can I guide them up here? Oh, good. Okay. That was easier than I thought it was going to be. So when this happens, we try and take them all the way over to the other side. Oh, did she break it? Yes, she did. No. Come here. Don't take the baby there. Come on. Come on. Come this way. So we'll take the baby, will follow. There's the baby. Okay. And I want them to go more over in this direction here. And there we are. Where's the baby? Where's the baby? Whose baby is that? Am I gonna have to rescue you guys? Yeah, I don't want you over here, Don. Come on. I don't do this that often, where I have to go and get them. Which is why I prefer doing that than having this entire place surrounded by fence. So that's what we do. We have to have fences here so the animals don't hurt themselves. You see this cliff? I don't want them thinking that they're going to jump across to there. And so that's why we have and here. And we don't want them going down in this area because we have found cows standing here, and Sheila was here. The dog was in that area at one point. That's why we have this high fence around this area here too. I heard another dog. That was a different one. I did. I heard another. I heard another dog. Very curious. All right. So I'm going to... Is she bringing that child again? Look at her bringing... She's determined to bring this child over here. Let's come down. Come on, you. Come on. Can I do it? Yes, I can do both of them. Okay. So let's come this way. Oops. Be careful. I can't fly or they'll get hurt. There we go. So I'm going to bring them over here. I don't mind if they want to go down the hill. I don't want them going down the hill on the road. So if they want to go down the hill to get away, they have to come this way and go down the hill on this side. And so there we go. Oops. Let me get rid of this. And there you are. And there you are. So you two stay. And that's fine. We've always had a single pig up here. And there have never been chickens. Never ever. Oh, and it's raining. Wow. It started raining. Look at that. So see these right here? These are the dairies that belong to steampunk. And when they're higher level, and I don't know that I have to wait for the higher level. Let me look at something for a second. Let's look at these for a minute. Let me put these on for a second and see if I can see anything. I probably can't. I'm not going to be able to. But maybe I should just go ahead and put what I want to put on those. So let me show you for just a minute. Let's come here. Let's look at, we have one. Let's come to here and look. I have to get out of the city for a second. And we'll touch down here. Let's go to Old English. So in the farming area, so they have farm complex, and they have the covered field, the fancy field, a farm residence. This farm, there it is, the lean-to. So the lean-to farm, this one right here, the lean-to farm is what we're using in the farmer's market. It's the one that looks like this. And this is it right here. So what I think I want to do is when these are done, I want to just use this idea. I can't have them build it because they'll take away the hut block for the dairy. So, but we can actually, unless I just did one dairy at a time and had them build that up to the full level 5. I'll have to wait till the level 5 and then break the hut block in here and put in the dairy. And I don't think the dairy one will break this, because we can look at a steampunk dairy and see for a second. So let's switch to steampunk. For me, it's actually fun. Wait, let's go to husbandry, and let me come out here because I know what's going to happen with the. We're going to have overlapping farms. See what I'm doing while it's raining? There was a time when there was no way I could do this with 16 gigs. While it's raining, to be able to look at something in the build section. So we're going to do husbandry and the cowhand. And I think under cowhand, this one. And that's the one that we're doing. So see that one right there? Let's raise it up so you can see it away from the others. So there's one of them right there. So see how this is, oh, well, I made that one show, but see how this is? See how it's made practically entirely of these saver blocks. So since it is, that means that we should be able to, there it is right there. So we should be able to build the building without any problem, and then break the hut block for the farm and actually put the dairy back into the building at level 5. And by the time we get to the level 5 of these dairies, we will have built the level 5 already. So when we replace it with these builds and then put in the level 5 for the dairy, we're just going to put it in. And that's how it will be. Now, when we do the dairy, this is why we're only doing one at a time, because these fields are connected to the dairy so that they can actually find animals. And this is pretty cool. I love how big this is in steampunk for them to find animals. It means they'll find animals on the hill, on the side of the hill, and all of that. There are so many complexities to making your own designs. I prefer not. It's just all there is to it. I prefer not. I like so much modifying and expanding and being creative with the designs that are provided, the styles that are provided, because they're just so pretty in the first place. You're inspired by the styles, and that's why you wanted to build them. And then you just do little changes to make them fit into the location where you're putting them. And that's the way I like to build. And let's come here, down here. Oh, I have the glasses on, so let me take them off. And there we go. So, does it look like he started? It does. Look, this is, let me show you. I don't think this was built up, this was out like this before. So he's started, and see this right here? Those are the stairs up. And I'm going to put down a lamp for a second and get a pickaxe. We're going to take out the coal. I don't know that they do. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Look at this. Look at this here. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, yep, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36 pieces of 8. 36 pieces, wow. That's pretty good. Cool. And we'll take this, and then we'll take that. 1, 2, 3, and there we are. So we will give this to them. If I was in survival, I would have dug that up, and so that's why we dig it up. That's why we count it out and give it to them. And so now I'm just going to put back the parts that I took away here. Here's that part. And then over here, let's come down here and let's take this part here and do the same. So it's interesting, the changes that, I don't know if this, he'll just have to dig it out again. We'll just have him dig that part out if I've changed it too much. But yeah, he started working immediately. Troy's really fast. And he does a good job. So let's come up here. Oop, oop, oop. Let's come this way. Here's what we want. We want this walkway here. And this is here. Let's put away our pickaxe. Let's put this up, and I think we're okay for right now. Let's put the coal in the stash box right here. There we go. I know I didn't have to do that. Okay, so if we go back to Arnaaluk to see what's going on, should we take some things? Let's look and see how many tomatoes are here. There's only 165. We did this earlier in the Twitch stream. We took a lot of vegetables. I don't think that I want to worry about doing that. The ores, the coal. Let's see how much coal it says there is. See. And yeah, there isn't any. So I think I'd like to leave some of the unsmelted ores here in case we need them for research. And so we'll just leave that for now. It's an inside joke among developers and style designers. Okay. And so let's go back and I will show you the other thing that we worked on. Furniture came in for, actually, furniture is expected for one of the farm couples. And since they were expecting furniture, they started thinking about, and appliances, they started thinking about how they wanted their apartment to look. They are in the Azalea Apartments, and we can go there and look at what's going on. We're not going to travel in the rain, so we might as well just come here and go to sleep until it stops raining. And then we'll begin. And here we are. So here's luggage. This is for this is one of the druid stations for peace druids, not for firefighters. And so that is what this is here. We are going to take this back. I don't think we're bringing anything this time. And we can just sit here. Yay! He started working on the archery. We are taking something. We've got this clipboard. And we will have some things done that might be needed. Stone, there should be enough stone here. Yellow, ooh, now there's something. We do have a blacksmith, so they can make a cauldron. And we have a Fletcher. And the hopper, I think a hopper is a mechanic, but let's see. H-O-P-P-E. And absolutely is. So that's something that we can have them make in Arnaaluk for the people here, is a hopper, because they don't have a mechanic. Will they have a mechanic? I don't know yet. But they do have a Fletcher, so we don't have to worry about that. Paper extra. We do have Yuritsi, who is making paper, and this sugar farm is working, and so I'm really glad about that. And so we'll see what happens with everyone else. In the meantime, let's sit down and nope. Let's come to here, and here we are. We're going to go all the way across the frozen ice, the dark ice, and we're going back to Arnaaluk. And so here is our trip, and there we are. It's 8. It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning. We didn't bring anything with us. Driver's already gotten out and opened the door, and here we go. This is the elevator down into the reception area for the transportation here, the trees transportation. And there she is. Perfect timing. Hello.
So what'll it be for you?
I would like a round trip ticket to Pitti Hamaalakut, please. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You came around to hand it to me in person like that. That's very sweet. And this is the Trees Hotel. This gives you a little bit of an example of what the hotel is going to look like in the Gatehouse district. The Gatehouse Hotel will look like this to some degree, except that we'll have a bakery. This is where our bakery entrance is located. right there. And then back here, where we have the travel center, this is where the restaurant is going to be. And up. Yay! Hallie finished. Excellent. So Hallie finished working. Hold on. Why is Miranda unhappy? Let's come down here and let's see what's going on with Miranda here. Miranda, what's the matter?
Hi.
You wish the restaurant had more variety? You're waiting for an axe. Let's look at her, this part right here. She should only be getting diamonds. What are
You are so wise.
What you doing? So let's cancel that, and they should be making that. She's asking for oak, which is good. We should have oak saplings. And let's look at Isaac for a second.
Fine morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And let's cancel the smaller, the lower axis, and there's Isaac. So Isaac and Miranda are waiting for materials. And this is the mahogany. Or that's not mahogany, that is Zelkova. This is the Zelkova apartments here. Yes, sometimes. Sometimes I get them mixed up. Let's go this way. We're going to head to the secondary, which is in front of the new gatehouse. So we can go in this direction. Yay. There we are. Okay, so this is Mira, and this is oh, that's interesting. Wow, have I come to the end? That is so curious. I think I might have. This is Laura here in the main hospital. Let's go back. Just then, I just blinked. I just blinked out. I sleepy. I had maybe like 3 hours sleep last night. I woke up at 4 something. No, 1 something. I think it was 1 this morning, and I've been up ever since. So that's why I'm feeling a little sleepy. So we have, that's what we want to see. Let's see the dome that she put on. We have another dome. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So she put this dome on, and this is absolutely beautiful, this dome. I believe that this is only a level, oh, it is a level 5. Dun, 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 dun. And we added heaters and seaweed to this farm, this salmon farm, so that we could actually get salmon. And that is what is going on there. And yeah. Uh-oh. I'm fading. Fading. I'm fading. Fade away. So Hallie is not working on anything, and this is what we're going to look at. Because Case is still working on the gatehouse. And we can have Hallie start on the archery center. which is an athletic center. This is an archery, which is actually in underwater base. See that right there? See him standing there like that? That's what I would like to fix. So let's recall him for right now. Here we go. And let's look here. And let's cancel the upgrade for right now, because we're going to have Hallie start working on it. Even if she doesn't finish, she's going to start. And look at stone brick slab. There should be that already in there because of the other archery that we have. So a lot of these materials should already be in the warehouse. This target might not be, and we might want to look at that. But other than that, I don't think that I'm going to worry about it. Upgrade the building. Right, Spencer? And that, like Hallie. Okay. And this is River. And River, what do you need?
Yes.
I see that. Wow. Look, she's
Yes.
collecting. What are you asking for? Is it fixed? I think it is. Earlier today, one of the pieces was acting strange, and we did update. So I'm hoping that that update fixed what it was. Yeah, so we'll see. And that is being worked on, and we'll leave it. She'll work on that. So Hallie is working on the archery. Case is working on the gatehouse itself. And then we were talking about a library. We could have it like right here. Or right here. I'm not gonna make it to 3 hours. I'm at 2 hours and 19 minutes right now. And I think I'm only gonna make it to 2.5, I think. Which is a shame. I want to get done. So for all of you who might have a Twitch account as well, and go out to Twitch, the Skeletones event, Skeletones, Tones, as in music, are actually having an event on Friday and Saturday. It is their Halloween event. How have your stocks been doing? Have you been doing recurring sorting? Yeah, because and as a matter of fact, thank you. I think I'm going to do something with that. Let's come here. Let me come to these two farms. I think we're going to have to stop cabbage and durum. So let's see what they are planting here. This is wheat, and I think it's okay. And they're not doing any of those far fields. So they're only doing potatoes and carrots here, and the other field, the other farmer is doing, let's see, look at the fields, wheat and beet. So they're fine. They're fine. What we need is cabbage, and definitely cabbage. So we'll come here and check. So down here, these are chickens. Chickens. Hello. Huh? So these are dairies here, but I want to go to the food farms, and I did pass a food farm. Hold on. Let's come back here. There's one food farm here. So here is this just fine. And this is the rabbit hutch. And this is Quentin. And Quentin is growing wheat, and he's only growing one right now. So that's good. And now let's come back through and go to the other farms. Let's come this way. I didn't lose track. And we're going to go to Patrick right here. And Patrick is growing cabbage. No, he's growing squash. And all he's growing is squash. Let's just leave him. If he's the only one growing it, that'll be just fine. This is durum in 3 different locations. And garlic, and this is eggplant. Okay. So durum, garlic. And let's come here. So the durum, there's only one field of durum being grown, and none of the garlic or anything in this area is happening. So that takes care of both of them. That takes care of Spencer. And uh-oh, I lost track. Okay, this is Bentley. So this is our number 1 farmer here, actually. And Nola, who's here, is helping with some of his fields. And let's see what she is growing. She's growing cabbage. We could take one of the garlics away and just have her do 1 garlic field for right now. You discovered a thing? Greece calls you Vasila. Or is it? Yeah, it's Vasila. Interesting. When saying Brazil, Vasila. Interesting. That is curious. That's definitely curious. Let's come over. We're in Daniela's field right now. These are either onions, which I think they are. Yes. So these are onions. And why am I guessing when it's right there? So let me go to here. And let's look and see with her fields. She's just doing 1 onion. See how all these fields are off. And why are they off? Because we have a ton of food. And that is one of the things. Wait, where am I going? So I have everybody. Yes. This is where I'm going. I'm going to the warehouse for a second. The actual, oh, hi, that's Lane's Bakery. That's our industrial bakery, one of 4 bakeries that we have. I think 5 now, counting the one in the gatehouse. We have 5 buildings. And it sounds kind of like that. Yeah. Vasila. Yeah. At least it's not that bad like our colonists from Portugal. The Portuguese, because Brazilian Portuguese is different from the several dialects that are in Portugal. And so yeah, that's almost every food dish is a curse word. Oh my goodness. Let's look at cabbage. So we won't need cabbage for a while. Garlic. Where's the garlic? Let's look at cabbage, garlic, onion. And they're all in good stead. Cabbage, garlic, onion. We don't need any kelp. We might need some kelp. We don't grow rice, and there's none. We don't grow apples, but we have gotten some apples recently from one of our trade deals. We need soy, and there's hardly any. We need chickpeas, and there are none. There are none chickpeas. There aren't any. And what else do we need? We have soy, chickpeas. And that's why, yeah. Uh-oh, it's happening. Uh-oh, I'm losing it. Chickpeas and salmon. When our, yep, and that's gone too. So what we will do is we will trade, for instance, right here, we can trade an entire case. I think that's several cases of durum wheat. We can trade for the things that we don't have. Yep. And that is definitely something that we want to do. And that's one of the things that we'll work towards that. And is it there yet? Yes, it is. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I know. Normally I do 3 hours, but I'm not going to make it. I'm going to get more and more where there's going to be these blank spots. So everyone's running around trying to get ready for the event on this coming Saturday, which is the 18th of October, 2025. We're having the Skeletons event at that particular time. And so we're going to decorate for Halloween during that event on Twitch, which is going to be really fun. Here's an example of what we have. If you notice, these are doormats, and so we're going to have some of those doormats that we have all over be replaced with holiday doormats right now. And let's see. I know. Let me see what Mr. Villager said. You know what it reminded, okay, and of an office joke. Yes, you're trying to smooth the ambience after saying one of the biggest atrocities you have ever done on the internet. Really? No, not really. Case is on the case. Halloween? No, Halloween is October 31st, sorry, October 31st. In this country, Halloween is October 31st, And then we have Dia de los Muertos. We have All Saints Day. All in that time period of the having to do with a recognition that there's more going on this planet than we act like most of the time. So yeah. Yeah, so Halloween is coming up, and we will have the people, the townspeople, get a chance to wear some costumes for the event. And then on Halloween, we will do it here. We will do it on YouTube. So the decorations will be up between the 18th and Halloween to enjoy. And on Halloween, we'll see what we want to do. Special and fun. We had a fun time last Halloween. We definitely did. Thank you. Obrigado. Thank you. And thank you everybody who's watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Enjoy your games. Enjoy watching all the other gamers. Yes, everyone's running around. I'm standing in the warehouse. And here we go. We're listening to Drone Hands right now. It's Drone Hands event, Skeletones event. And now we're going to listen to Vincentius Primus. Hopefully I'll have the end updated by the time, by this Saturday. So, okay. Bye for now, everyone. Bye, Mr. Villager. Bye for now.